Humans, and welcome back to the Tao Way. Today we're going to go over how to do the horse stance correctly. If you missed my video on why I think the horse stance is so important, you can go in my description and click the link. Watch that one first and then come back to this one. But let's get into how to do the horse stance correctly. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the distance between the feet. So what I think most people can benefit from is a 5-step mabu. There are two ways to measure the distance. The first way would be from feet together. You're going to go heel out, toe out, heel out, toe out, heel out. That is 5 steps. That'll be your distance for the mabu. The second way that you can do it is you're going to use both heels and both toes. So both heel out, both toe out, both heel out, both toe out, both heel out. So that's 5 steps as well. Both have a different distance, but you're going to do it for yourself. So choose one of these methods to measure and keep it consistent over your course of developing the mabu. And as you go over, we can go over how to progress it. Now we know how much distance we should cover. Now I want to talk about the position of the feet. So a lot of people say the feet need to stay forward, and a lot of people say the feet need to come out. I think that both are okay. If you have no knee pain, I would recommend the foot facing forward. If you have knee pain, you can face the foot out just a tiny bit, and this will relieve most, or if not all, of the knee pain that you have. So if you can, foot forward. If you have some pain, put the foot out. Both are completely fine. Next, we're going to talk about the position of the hip. So there are 2 positions of the hip. One is anterior pelvic tilt. Anterior pelvic tilt is where the butt will stick out. And 2 is posterior pelvic tilt, where you tuck the butt under. We want to do the posterior pelvic tilt where we tuck the butt under. Next is on the position of the arms. We want the arms to be straight out in front of us. The reason is it's actually easier to hold the mabu because you have a counterbalance with the arms, but we don't want to have too much tension in the arms. So when you're preparing the arms, you want the arms straight out in front of you. You want the shoulder protracted forward, but the chest to be relaxed. You want the elbow broken, and you want the wrist broken, and the fingers relaxed out in front of you. And it should look like you're holding a big ball of air. Okay, now. And the last position we're going to talk about is how deep you should go in the mabu, in the horse stance. So we're going to use this stick here to measure how deep we should go. We want our hips and our knees in the same line as with each other. Okay, and this is hard to measure if you don't have somebody talking to you and saying go lower, go higher. So we use a stick to measure. You're going to place the stick in the middle of your quad, and you're going to balance the stick there, and the stick should not move. If you go too deep in the mabu, in the horse stance, the stick is going to fall into your hip. If you go too high in the horse stance, the stick is going to roll towards your knee and then fall towards the ground. So you want to keep it in the middle of the quad, and you will know you are deep enough and not too high, not too deep. Progress this 3 different ways, okay? Number 1 is what I said in the last video about increasing by 10 seconds each week. So maybe the first week you do 60 seconds, the next week you do 70. The second way to progress it is to go more distance between the legs. So instead of doing a 5-step mabu, once you hit a certain amount of seconds, you can go to 6 steps, then 7 steps, then 8 steps. And this can improve your middle split flexibility, mobility. And the third way, if you're having trouble increasing the time each week, let's say you start at 60 seconds, the next week you go to 70, 80, 90, you're doing very good, but then you cannot get to 100. It's a block. You can't hold it to 100 seconds. What you can do is stay at 90 for about a week or 2 weeks, but you're going to have the hands in front. You're going to put the hands right next to the hip, behind your thigh. And this is going to put more demand on the quad, more demand on the position. I will do this for a week or 2 weeks and then come back, try to do 100 seconds with the hand out in front. I guarantee you'll be able to do it. The other thing I want to say is the reason that you get this burning feeling is what's called lactic acid. So the lactic acid builds up, you're holding the position for so long that it cannot be used as energy, and you get this burning sensation in your leg. Lactic acid can improve in an upwards direction, always, okay? So if you are consistent and you're progressing each week, that lactic acid burning will go away or will not come on so quickly. The other thing to note is lactic acid threshold, your ability to handle lactic acid, and ventilatory threshold, your ability to breathe, are hand in hand. So as one goes up, the other goes up. That means if you're holding the mabu and you're able to control your breath, the lactic acid will not onset so quickly, or it won't burn so bad so quickly. So controlling your breath is a huge part of the horse stance. If you are holding the horse stance like your lactic acid is going to come on even quicker. So we want to be breathing in the horse stance like, it's going to take a while to get used to this. I bet you could do it for 20-30 seconds, but to do it for 5 minutes is very difficult. So keep this in mind. Control your breathing and you'll control the pain. Watch my other video. One of the goals is to get to a 5-minute horse stance. This is not the ultimate goal, just a checkpoint along the journey. You can stop there or you can continue as you're going along. So if you have any questions about the horse stance or anything you would like me to make a video about in the future, you can let me know in the comments down below. Many more videos are coming out very soon, so subscribe to stay up to date to all of those. If you'd like to develop the horse stance with me, along with mobility, strength, hand balancing, meditation, many more things, you can contact my email about online coaching and I can give you all the details there. Okay, but without further ado, that is the end of the session.